dive into the background and the experience of our next incredible speaker. Now, Adele's life mission is to use her knowledge, expertise, and passion to inspire, motivate, and support others into a life of success, abundance, and self-empowerment. She's a qualified and experienced clinical hypnotherapist. She's an NLP Master Coach, a yoga teacher, and a professional speaker. And now an international professional speaker. And I think I heard her say award-winning as well. I've got to get that in there. She spent all of her adult life intrigued about the mind-body connection and natural healing. And now she's here with us to share how to accelerate your purpose by rewiring your limiting beliefs. Ladies and gentlemen, ripple makers, brand builders, change makers, impact makers, give it up for the amazing my goodness. I mean, I'm just so excited about this session, having spoken to her in the last couple of days. Give it up for the amazing Adele-Marie. Adele, welcome to RippleFEST.
Oh my gosh, what an introduction. I'm so pumped.
I'm so excited. I'm a bit starstruck. I've been watching you in the other communities.
I'm so blessed. I feel like I'm really like in the right tribe. Not only am I vegan, and everybody thought I joined a cult 20 years ago when I found like people healing themselves from terminal disease. I went to California, understood how the mind and body works. Thought I'd found the way, the truth, and the light, and everybody was like, she's joined a cult. Like, she's joined a cult. And I'm from a farming family in the northwest of England, so it's like, what?
Oh my God, that must have been a real shock for your family.
When I turned myself vegetarian at 16, they were like, what are we going to feed this child? And then when I went to California and I came back and I was like, turned myself totally vegan, they were like, she's joined a cult, what are we going to do? And then people started to run away from me in Tesco's because I'd be looking in the trolley going, and I'd like see my clients and they'd be hoofing it literally down the other aisle because I was like some crazy evangelist. But anyway, but
it does actually go with the area of expertise that you're working in, though, right? You're living, breathing, walking, talking, eating and sleeping what you do. Guys and girls, how many of you care about your well-being? Give me a hashtag well-being in the comments if you care about your well-being. And how many of you really understand the fact that if you do not look after yourself while you are on this mission to make money, you'll spend all of your money on your health, getting healthy again. Absolutely. So please look after yourself as you go on this journey. Hey,
absolutely. And my brand is all about self-leadership and mindful leadership, so that we can lead ourselves and inspire others into greatness. And I've got a million tools to enable us to do this. But what we're talking about this evening is our beliefs and our belief structure. Now, our beliefs are created when we are very young, and most of us are running our day-to-day lives, choices and behaviors based on a belief system that was created maybe 10, 20, 30 or 40 years ago. And actually, unless we're coming up against a continuous pattern that we're unable to overcome, then we are living from that same old software that we were given when we were children. Now, my belief, and I'm going to tell you a very quick backstory, my belief was I was thick and I was stupid and I'll never amount to anything. Literally, that's what I thought as a kid. And again, I'm in good behavior here because I'm with Carol, and I found out when I was in my early 40s that I was ADHD, right? So Carol knows what I'm talking about here. I just learned in a different way, right? And I don't ask me to sit down because I want to feel things and I want to understand what's going on. And so the world around me, I take in from my feelings, and I have a very good, like, I can read people's energy. I tell them what's going on in their body really quickly. And that's my superpower. That's what I do. Don't ever ask me to do a spreadsheet because I've been on 3 courses and I still can't bloody get it. So, but I'm not
I love how, like, Carol backstage, she's like, yeah.
like literally, this is me all over. And then again, you know, Carol's going to talk about our strengths within this. So again, it's just always challenging your beliefs. Now, the thing is, what I just want to, I mean, I wish I had more time, but I don't. Recently, I've created something called Rewire, which is part of module 1 in my new program called the Proven Productivity Protocol, which is the framework to my mindful leadership strategies and retreats and online program. Now, my rewire, so if you were to write down on the left side as an acronym, rewire, then what I'm going to go into this evening is I'm going to be talking about the I very briefly and the E very briefly. So I'm going to talk to you about identity. Now, this is so important because who we identify ourselves to be will then be how we behave, the actions that we take, and how our life is every single day. So who you believe yourself to be in terms of like your identity. So if I was to say to you, like, guys, who are you? Like, have a think about this. If we were to meet and over coffee and I was like, just tell me about yourself. Who actually are you? Like, what's the thing that you would say? You might give yourself a label as, oh, I'm an executive coach, or oh, I'm a brand builder, or oh, I'm a podcast guy, or whatever it is. You might have an umbrella of who you are, but actually let's have a look at what we believe about ourselves and how that's playing up and how it becomes who we identify ourselves to be.
I love this. Can I just take a pause for just a second? Because I want to find out from the audience what your answer to that is before we go any further and help them to come up with the fantastic version of that. I want to know what you'd say right now if we were to meet, and if you were to meet Adele for the first time, which for many of you it will be. Who are you? What would you say? It's such an interesting question. And it could be answered so many different ways, couldn't it? So guys, get it in the comments. Who are you?
And again, depending on what context of your life we're looking at, of course, there's going to be a million different answers, and it's going to vary day to day on how you think and how you feel. So earlier on last year, when I'm always working on myself. It's always working on myself, always deep diving. Why? Like, why am I doing this? It's like I want to know the answer to absolutely everything. I want to know. So I was looking at myself and I was thinking, well, what's my latest belief that I need to have a look at? So here's an example of who I was identifying myself to be. And I was identifying myself to be as somebody who's really disorganized and doesn't understand or have a good relationship with money. Now, as a successful entrepreneur, can you imagine how that's showing up in my life, even 20 years down the line of being like the award winner of bloody as many self-development courses as you can possibly fit into 20 years. Like that's me.
How many of you here have done more than one course?
Honestly,
don't count them all on your hands, your fingers.
Exactly. So I was like, oh my gosh, like that was a constant ripple of stream that was going on. That's a belief that I hadn't deep dived into yet. So I was like, oh my gosh, now I'm like, I am a successful, wealthy entrepreneur. I'm a successful, wealthy businesswoman, and that is who I am identifying myself to be. And my behaviors have now changed, like subtly, to align with that identity because I've changed my beliefs. So that's something for you to consider. And I'm going to move on to the E because I know that we've got a very limited time, and I want to give you some nuggets which will change your trajectory. Honestly,
before you move on, Adele, you have a fan in the audience. I just want to let you know that our lovely Phil Horrod, who was on last night, he said, I'm Adele's biggest fan.
Oh, bless Phil. Hi. Thank you. I love your support. I have one fan.
You have more than that.
So the E, and here's the thing, when I'm rewiring somebody's neurology, and this is the stuff that I was talking about 20 years ago, right? So this is what I'm really excited about, because now I have the scientific proof to prove that everything I was talking about wasn't woo-woo. I wasn't a cult member. It is now neuroscience. And now I'm studying neuroscience. Of course I am. It's because I'm like, oh yeah, there you go. You can see the neurological changes in the brain. So basically, what we want to do when it comes to E, when it comes to energizing your new beliefs and your new reality and creating massive change, then there's 3 components to this. Now, I want you to write this down. I want you to write down every single day. Now, it takes 63 days to rewire your neurology, and that is scientific proof. The old myth is it takes 21 days to form a habit, That is not true. It takes 21 days to enable something to drop into your conscious mind, and another 42 days to make that a potential permanent fixture. And you have to keep watering and nurturing the seed, otherwise the plant doesn't grow. So 63 days, here's your challenge. So give me a little wave, give me a little star, give me a comment, give me a reaction, whatever. If you are committed to doing 63 days of changing your neurology, so you can let go of things that are no longer serving you, so you can truly step up to being the amazing human business person that you have the potential to be. Give me a little high five, a reaction.
Hashtag 63.
Hashtag 63.
Hashtag 63.
So let's do this. So what we want to do is every single day for the next 5 days, I want you to just write 5 wants, like 5 desires, and they can change. And I want you to just free flow. I call it purging on a page when you're journaling. Just free flow 5 wants every single day. I want to increase my business, but get specific. I want to earn consistent whatever. I want to impact so many people. Get as specific as you can, but write 5 wants. Keep it simple. No more than 1 line, 5 things. That's it. Now, underneath that, I want you to write new beliefs which will help you to achieve that. So, and I'm going to give you an example here and a way that I do belief changes and the difference in between the regular way that people do new affirmations or new beliefs. If I'm working with you and you've got no confidence and you've never had any confidence, and I'm asking you to write down, I am really confident, your brain's going to go, sod off, I don't believe it. So what we do is we change the language a little bit so that your neurology goes, okay, I can handle that. So if we're working on confidence, for example, then let us say, I get more confident every single day. Softening language. There you go. Oh, how does that feel in my body? Yeah, that feels believable. I'm having a bit of that, right? Okay, so whether it's you're increasing your money, your confidence, you're up leveling in terms of your skills, or you're feeling more deserving to up level your income, whatever it is, you can create a new belief. So I get stronger and stronger every day, something like that, softening language. I get more efficient every day. I find new ways of becoming more efficient. Soften the language so your brain believes it, not just, I am confident and powerful. Because if you've never felt confident and powerful, your brain's going to be like, get out of here. And then you'll feel like if you've had self-esteem stuff, and again, if I'm talking to anybody who's neurodivergent, especially undiagnosed neurodivergent, you're going to have the self-esteem, you have to constantly work at it because you've never fit in, you're square peg round hole, because the whole education system's never set up for you. So you have to constantly work on your own self-esteem. It's a constant job, right? So
how many of you know that though, right? I mean, we all know this. This is an ever ongoing thing. I quite like the fact that we're not finished. We're never finished. I like the fact there's always a new thing. Adele, I'm really sorry, but because of time, how can we?
Right. Okay. Five more things then after that. Okay. So one thing, and this is what I'm going to leave you with, then please write this down. Do your gratitudes. So be grateful for everything that you have and everything that you're wanting to manifest. So what you're doing is you're bringing it into the quantum field. You are manifesting. Thank you so much for my new clients. I am so grateful for my new clients. I'm so grateful for my new levels of health and well-being. I'm so grateful for my new levels of confidence. Even if if there's still a little bit of a slight edge between you and what you're trying to manifest, start to be really grateful for it. Thank you, universe. Thank you, God. Thank you, Buddha, Allah, whatever it is that you believe. Just say thank you.
And sing your way
through. That's quick enough. I've got it all in.
Oh, I love you so much. It's like, I want to keep going, but I have promised that it's an hour of power. Adele, I mean, you're so magnificent in what you do. Like I say, I'm a bit starstruck because I've seen you showing up. The same with Keely, seen you both showing up big time in another community that we're in, and it's like I'm really in awe of what each of you are doing. So it's as much of a pleasure for me to have you here on the stage as it is for everybody to be learning from you. Is there anything that you would like to leave the audience with this evening, as well as, of course, a way of contacting you?
I'm going to ask you one question. What do you need to believe about yourself? And who do you need to believe yourself to be so that you can truly stand in your own magnificence and allow the world to see you shine? What do you need to believe? Tell me what you need to believe, and how can you make that belief? How can you embody that belief? you've got to embody it. It's not just intellectual. You've got to hold it in every single cell of your body.
I am just typing that into the chat right now. That was a real good juicy one for us to marinate on. We can marinate on that and come back and answer.
Vegan marinade, could we have, please?
Vegan marinade. There you go. My goodness, we've got a whole bloody platter. This is like an assiette of awesomeness, isn't it, this evening? Adele, thank you so much for being with us, for dropping
You're so welcome. Thank you for having me. I'm so grateful.
Oh, you are so welcome.